Chat. Chat. Hold on, I didn't comb my beard yet. Remember, I'm not late. You guys are just early. Get on in here. How's it going? Look, okay. We need to talk. I got a preamp, so I'm able to back away from the microphone a little bit so you can see my face now. Now it's here. I don't know how I feel about it. And I can still get nice and bassy if I get close to it. But if I'm here, you can hear me and you can see my face. So, huge win. It's a cheap preamp though, so if it dies... Never been on time before? I'm always on time. Everyone else is early. Now I really have to make sure my video is synced with my microphone because it'll look really weird if it's not. Mic sounds nice. It fucking better. I spent a lot of the microphone I spent a lot of money on. The preamp was cheap. I'm synced. Huge. So obviously we're here to talk about theories. Last week we played Minecraft while we did it. How you guys feeling? Do we want to play a little Minecraft? Should I make a poll? Have something to like visually look at? I made a poll, so I'll let y'all decide. I invented time. True. When do I play Ban 6? When I'm cold and in the grave. Might as well. That's what I'm feeling. I feel like it's a good thing to have open in the background. No, Annabelle, that's fine. I specifically bought this because I thought it looked nice. I bought a whole bunch of new shirts, actually, for recording. This is one of them. It's, I don't know if you can tell from far away, but it's textured. It's like, the shirt doesn't have a pattern, but it's, like, textured. It's, like, indented, kind of. I also got a couple t-shirts that I don't have next to the desk. That zoom in. I just got closer. That are like, I've got like a nice pink and an orange graphic tee. This one I like. I haven't worn it for a video yet, but it's a basic teal with this like little floral pattern on it. A little Hawaiian-esque. Like Hawaiian shirt-esque. I've worn this one. This one's a new one. It's a long sleeve blue. It's a little tight on me. I don't know how I feel about it, because, like, it's a little tight on the arms, but I don't know. Zooming in IRL, aka getting closer. How's that poll doing? Cool, because I want to play Minecraft. But anyway, you guys know how this stream works. We've got about 50 minutes to hang out and talk about theories. So if you want me to, like, review a theory while I'm here, now is the time. Rye Thirst Trap. I mean, I do want to get, listen, I kind of, part of me does want to do, like, I think by the end of the summer, I want to lose, like, 20 pounds and just start doing thirst traps. What it is, I want to get obscenely muscular, so I can just, because it's funny. Because, like, why, I don't need to be. I have the, like, least physical job possible. It would just be funny to be able to be like, oh, you don't believe in my theories? Square up. It would just be, it's one of those things where it's like, it was a TikTok where it was like, don't work out to fit like societal standards. Work out because it's really funny to be buff for a job you don't need to be buff for. Being fit for the funny, exactly. I think I can actually get motivated to get really buff if I do it as a bit. I think doing it as a bit would be the true motivation. Work out to pick up dogs? I mean, I can already pick up dogs. That's not especially difficult. Talk about Mike being Cassie's dad? I don't think that's true. I think Cassie's dad is Jeremy Fitzgerald from FNAF 2, which is kind of a hot take, but you know. I have a theory about Andrew that supports Stitchline Games. We don't say Andrew's name in this house, first of all. First of all, how dare you come into this house, into this bakery, how dare you enter this bakery and say the name Andrew, first of all. You're lucky I don't throw you out. No, I'll be real. I don't think Andrew is in the games, but I mean, there's probably worthwhile theories out there. Truth be told, I don't know a lot about Andrew that I should. Casey. Hopefully he didn't unplug the Ethernet as he tries to do often. You mentioned last week that sister location could not occur before FNAF 2. So it's less that I think sister location can't happen before FNAF 2, and it's more so that I think if Molten MCI is true, within the bounds of Molten MCI, sister location has to happen after FNAF 2. Because I do think William is alive during FNAF 2, and I think William is dead before sister location. If Molten MCI is true. That's my thinking for that. Alright, game is up. Let's swap over. Oops. We're alive. Too blessed to be stressed. Do I have a desync on the gaming window is the question. I do. Huge. Huge win. What you sipping on? I've got... Look at how pretty... Oh, the green screen fucks this up entirely. It's like a green to blue cup. It's from our local aquarium. But it's a really pretty cup. Coffee, ice water. That's all I drink. That's all I drink. That and some diet soda. I love when people see the stream for the first time and they get it and they get like excited over the oven transition, because I really like the oven transition. I like that you guys do too. I need one more bone. I swear I had one. I only have 2 bones? Shit. Okay, we need to kill a skeleton. So in this mod pack, before I get too deep into the weeds, in this mod pack we have knives and daggers. I want a dagger, but unfortunately it's 2 separate mod packs and they overlap. So if I want to make a dagger, which does 5 attack damage, it makes a knife, which does 3.5. So that's the issue I've run into. But you can make a bone dagger with 3 bones. So that's the goal, is to go find a bone. And then we just need a lot of iron and coal still. We're still in the early stages of this. Think Michael Afton knows Minecraft? Probably, knowing how old he is. Game kind of loud. We should have music, huh? I realize Minecraft is pretty lonely without music. I'll just put on my favorite lo-fi album. It's Pokemon and Chill by Game... I think it's... Well, who is it? Game Chops. Love those guys. Make sure music is getting picked up. Oh yeah, an update on how streams are going. We will be doing more of those working streams. So for those who didn't see, yesterday for members only, we did a working stream where I was just editing with lo-fi in the background. I'm going to be doing more of those, but instead of members only, it'll be Twitch only. That way it doesn't clog up the YouTube feed with what is considered uploads. I forgot how dark my shader packs are. So that I think that'll be the plan, and that way everybody can watch them, but it doesn't clog up the YouTube feed. I think that's our best solution we've got. Do you think Michael is hanging around during a security breach? I think Michael's dead. I hope Michael's dead by security breach. I want his story to be done. I don't think it has Tinker's Construct, no. Are we Michael in FNAF 4? I believe so. I believe the game FNAF 4 that we play is Michael Afton. Oh, what happened to my chests? That's weird. I believe the game of FNAF 4 that we play is Michael Afton experiencing nightmares from the FNAF 4 experiments that he was put through by William Afton. I think that makes the most sense. What do you think Mexis stands for? I stand by Mimic or Marionette Experimentation Enshroudment System. I think that's a great acronym. I know people didn't like that I said it was Marionette, and I understand.
Darasite just followed on Twitch.
I forgot to turn off the Twitch alerts. Thank you for the follow on Twitch, though. That's very kind. Yeah, if you want to make sure you don't miss the working streams, I would recommend going to follow and turn on notifications for Twitch. But I think Experiment Enshroudment System is very solid. We send out notifications on YouTube for the work streams. Probably Twitter would be a more consistent place that I'll do that. Just because YouTube, it's hard to send out a YouTube notification. I can do like a community post, but it doesn't often notify, you know? I have a headcanon based at Nightmarion at Nightmare's
Lego Genius 24 just followed on Twitch.
Name of the follow. But they have different views on death. The former takes more pleasure in torturing Will, but the latter is more serious.
It's also
one of those things that like doesn't necessarily change or ruin anything. Ruin? It doesn't necessarily like drastically alter anything.
Followed on Twitch.
Jesus, thank you guys so much for all the Twitch follows. Very kind. So it's like one of those things that you could include that in any theory,
just followed on
and
Twitch.
It doesn't necessarily harm the theory, because if you're wrong, oh well, it doesn't really change what happened, you know? What do you think about Molten DCI? I don't like it. It doesn't... it's just something about it doesn't feel right. It's one of those things that, like, you could argue it, but I think all of the evidence for Molten MCI points to the original Missing Child Incident kids, not just any kids. And the DCI, as far as we're aware, feels like just random kids.
Crashmaster12 just followed on Twitch.
Hey, thank you for the Twitch follow, Crashmaster.
Bobble_Bay just followed on Twitch.
Jesus, with the Twitch follows. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, it's RyToastYT on Twitch if you weren't already following or didn't know where it is. I mean, I guess that makes sense. I did announce that I'm going to be doing a lot more Twitch, that I'm going to be doing Twitch exclusive streams for the working streams. So I guess that does make sense. Yeah, the idea that I had kind of for this schedule is Monday, Wednesday, Friday will remain a YouTube and Twitch day where we play a game, because that makes the most sense. Monday and Wednesday on RyToast, Friday on RyToast. The Saturday streams are exclusive for YouTube, which is what's going on right now.
Twitch.
And then the working streams will be exclusive for Twitch. That way, there's something to follow on every platform. I did not realize channel point redeems work when I'm not technically live on Twitch. Oops. Crackpot shitpost theory. Playtime Co's a subsidiary of Fazbear. No! No, they are separate canons. I mean, it's a fun, like, it's definitely a fun AU, but it's definitely, like you said, it's a crackpot theory. Crypto, the incredibly kind $1.50. Also, Crypto, did you gift 5 memberships before the stream started? That's crazy. Thank you very much. It's incredibly kind. Gulp? Okay, I still have this one. Makes sense to me that FNAF 2 was Michael and Afton working together. The minigame happens when Afton sent Mike to sister location. He dies before Michael even got there and dropped the contact. I think that makes sense. In today's theory,
Nathan_2 just followed on Twitch.
I actually don't know if the FNAF 2, no, right, in today's theory, I go into
Twitch.
Fritz, the fact that Fritz Smith feels like it's Michael, and Fritz Smith starts working seemingly after the Dead Child incident, I think that might be the first time William uses Michael to do something for him. Where, like, William has Michael in the FNAF 4 chambers, and then does the Dead Child incident, and during the I like a lot, I think I saw it first in MatPat's timeline, I'm not sure, where the idea that William first sees possession during the Dead Child incident, but at that point he can't go back to investigate, so then he's like, Michael, you need to get a job there now.
Prosecutor Walton just followed
and
on
I like
Twitch.
that theory a lot, and that's kind of where today's theory is going. What's your opinion about the Walton Files? Never actually watched them. The art style didn't really appeal to me, so I didn't watch it. I am thinking of doing... I can't keep up with all these incredibly kind Twitch follows. Thank you all so much. I am thinking of at some point doing a binge stream where we just watch all of the Walton Files in just one sitting. But I've never watched it, because like I tried to get into it, and the art style didn't just stick, but that was also like when it was just Walton Files 1, you know? And I've heard 4 is genuinely really good, and that there's some really good parts of the series, so I figured I should give it an honest try. So at some point, we'll probably do a stream. My thoughts on Sister Location's placement is pre-FNAF 2, because the fun times need one another. The fun times need one other thing aside from rights, daylight locomotion, which they need to physically move around at parties during, excuse me, during the day. Oh, and you're saying because the Bite of 87, they were not allowed to walk around during the day. I think that makes a lot of sense. I would argue that's great supporting evidence. I wouldn't say it necessarily, and I'm not saying you said this, but I wouldn't say it necessarily proves it, only because, very technically, it is established that Circus Baby, while, like, eventually being, like, fused into the Fazbear brand, starts out, technically, as a competitor. So I would argue that originally, the Fazbear robots not being allowed to walk around during the day would not necessarily affect how Circus Baby's entertainment and rental operates, if that makes sense. But that is a great point. I think that's great supporting evidence. I haven't actually thought about connecting those two
Prince
dots yet.
super chatted $5. $5 from Cryptid Prince.
God
Chat
damn it,
reminded me
Cryptid.
it
Thank
exists.
you so much.
So
Jesus.
what are your feelings about Pilk? Eyes.
I mean, the main issue with Pilk, right, is that it curdles. Because, okay, so here's the real issue.
Crashmaster super chatted
And
$10.
Crashmaster with a $10.
$10 from Crashmaster.
Holy
Here's
shit.
what I'm working on. There are
Okay.
2 big proponents for the FNAF timeline. Michael Corpse, in 2 and 1, or Molten MCI, because depending on when SL takes place, they can't coexist.
Yeah, it's a lot of building an early FNAF timeline is deciding what variables you want to remain constant and seeing how that changes all the other variables. So that I agree. Those are 2 major sticking points. Another one being like just the creation of the fun times in general, and when they're created and or when they're modified, because there is the potential that we know that the fun times were, by the opening of Circus Baby's party world, were capable of child kidnapping and child murder and stuff. But we don't necessarily know when they were injected with Remnant. So, like, it's things like that you gotta think about. And to the question to Pilk, the issue, and you would know this if you watched the food theory on mixing soda fountain drinks, the issue with Pilk specifically is Pepsi uses citric acid. Whereas Coca-Cola, I think, was carbonic acid. I don't remember exactly. But because it uses citric acid, the flavor that you get but when mixing milk and Pepsi, that's what Pilk is, by the way. If anyone in chat didn't know, Pilk is Pepsi and milk. But the flavor you get is citrus mixed with milk, which in your brain reminds you of curdling, which is why Pilk is, like, especially disgusting. Because I've heard the argument, well, it's just a root beer float. It's not, because root beer doesn't have citric acid, whereas Pepsi does. Are you going to play Kitty Kart 64? I've never heard of this game, but I love karting games. What? Is it like just a indie kart racer? Or is it like a horror game? Aha, you're what we came down here for.
Bronze_sushi just followed on Twitch.
Bone. Damn it. I need bones. I assume Pilk was piss milk? No! Is citric acid better than carbonic acid? It's not better or worse thing. It's just that they're two different flavor profiles. Carbonic acid is more of like a bitter, earthy flavor, whereas citric acid is more of a citrusy, sweeter flavor. It's why Pepsi tastes a little bit sweeter than Coca-Cola does. It's a horror game? It's a horror game kart racer? We're playing that next week. We're playing that on Friday, guaranteed. I'm sorry. I didn't know there was a horror kart racer. I'm playing that immediately. I'm a kart racer fiend. I think some Static viewers have theorized that I've never heard, is that a theorist? I have not heard of Static. Have theorized that Afton modified the fun times for Remnant production. I think that does make a lot of sense, because I kind of talked about that in something similar to that in the one of the recent timeline videos, where I mentioned Henry says, prisons of my making now set to new purpose and used in ways I never thought imaginable. I think that could be interpreted. Now, I understand the idea of like, oh yeah, well, it's the original Freddy's cast. The set to new purpose is that they're used as coffins, essentially. And I get that, but I like the idea of he's referring to the fun times. And Henry originally built the fun times, but William Afton modified them to add all the child kidnapping shit. Will I ever do Mario Kart versus viewers? I actually was thinking of doing that soon. It's just my capture card is in storage, so I need to get it out of storage. Because part of the thing I wanted to really do on these streams was play Crash Team Racing. But that's on Switch, so I would have to break out my capture card to do that. But once I get the capture card, I might make it a members only stream, or it'll just be on the second channel. I'm not sure. Only because I feel it's less that I want to monetize it, and it's more that I feel like I don't reward memberships enough, and like I want to make it more meaningful and not just something that people do because they want to be nice, you know? I'm not sure. And aside, but there's this modded Minecraft, so behind on updates. Oh, no, this is modded Minecraft. This is a Staff of Healing. This is a Iron Knife, and I am 3 pixels tall. This is 100% modded Minecraft. The reason I'm 3 pixels tall, one of the mods is Origins++, which allows you to pick a starting species in class. And I picked the species Flea, which makes me incredibly tiny, and some other stuff. Do you believe Scrap Baby's claw was from Circus's stomach? I don't. I honestly think Scrap Baby's claw was a repurposed scooper. I think that makes the most sense design-wise. Oh, hello. Bone. Damn it. I need a bone, skeletons. I would love to know your opinion on the timeline placement of Happiest Day and what happens in it. Interesting. So, I think Happiest Day as we see it in FNAF 3. My gut reaction always said it hasn't happened yet. But I think it's worthwhile that the character encyclopedia specifically points it out, saying that it did happen, but Charlie stayed behind. I think that's important. So, my current speculation on Happiest Day is it takes place immediately after the good ending of Follow Me, where the spirits like Corner William. But it's a soul-splitting thing. So in my mind, the way it goes down is pieces from the Freddy's animatronics were used to be melted down into Remnant to do Remnant experiments into the fun times. But pieces remained. So the souls were split. And that is a thing that is established in the books, that souls can be split with Remnant experiments and stuff like that. So the souls that were in the fun times are now trapped to be in the fun times and do fun time shit. Whereas the souls that stayed with the I almost died because I got a speed boost. I get random buffs when I attack things, and one of them is speed, which is usually nice, but it almost killed me there. Jesus, with the speed in the caves, it's too much. But the spirits that remained, right, they attempt to find peace after killing William Afton, and Charlotte helps them to do so. But Charlotte, sensing Afton is still around and that the other parts of these souls are still around, remains. Then I then furthermore think that FNAF World takes place after the FNAF 6 fire, and it's Charlie in this massive burnt pile of souls trying to help everybody move on. That's my current speculation. That is very much subject to change, especially while I'm doing all these timeline theories. Ignoring the encyclopedia, do you think Crying Child's eyes should be green or blue? I don't know why that matters. If you could enlighten me onto why the color of the Crying Child's eyes matter. I don't know. Ooh, okay, yeah, we'll definitely be playing Kitty Kart 64 on Friday. A horror game kart racer sounds like 1000% the thing I like to do. Could William have written the sister location room code for Michael, directing him to sister location? Sister location room code. I'm having such a brain fart. What do you mean by the sister location room code? Like the thing to access the monitors in the private office? Insecurity breach. Oh! Oh, the code in security breach on the wall of the sister location living room. Okay, I've never heard it referred to as the sister location room code. I know what you mean. Okay. Sorry, it's a little early for me yet. I don't think so. I think it makes more sense to be... man, I've gone back and forth a lot on it. I do think Cassie's dad is definitely a suspect for someone to have written that. I think it's also possible that it could be one of the spirits kind of begging somebody to help. I also think it's possible it's Vanessa trying to reach out to Gregory in a way that Vanny or GGY wouldn't have seen. I don't know. There's a lot of possibilities for that code. It's very interesting. Or Henry for Gregbot. I don't think Gregbot is true. A little to no battery left. Oh, no worry. Thanks for hanging out, Dream Muse. Make sure to charge your phone. What do you think the sister location cutscenes of Michael walking down the street and slowly rotting are? Doesn't make sense as him coming out of sister location each night. No, I think it's more so meant to represent Ennard trying to live a life as Michael, and then realizing that them just living a normal life as a person isn't possible. I don't think those cutscenes are meant to be taken like literally Michael walks down that street every day. More so rather like life is getting more difficult for the Ennard mass. Regarding FNAF World, if it is Charlie helping the spirits move on, then is Springtrap one of the characters? Or then why is Springtrap one of the characters? I honestly don't have a great answer for that. Part of me would default to the fact that like Scott did admit the game is dubiously canon, so maybe that is just you couldn't have FNAF World without Springtrap as a character. It could be that Charlie is pulling on everything from the Fazbear brand. I'm not sure. Shadow Bonnie is one of the few animatronics in the main games to not attack the player. True. I still kind of really hold strong to my theory that Shadow Bonnie and Shadow Freddy are agony reflections of Charlie and Cassidy. Charlie's agony reflection being Shadow Bonnie, and Cassidy's agony reflection being Shadow Freddy. Mainly because of how they function in-game, where Shadow Freddy is more of an aggressive type and Shadow Bonnie is more of a kind of protector type. Wait, Scott said FNAF World is canon? No, there was a post where Scott said he, like, regretted making the game canon or something like that. It was from a while ago. I think it was, like, pre-Security Breach. Maybe even pre-Help Wanted. Hey, that sounds dope, Crashmaster. I'll have to stop by. Yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, the Ritos Discord has an official Minecraft server. I don't play on it all that often, but it is a fun server with stuff to do on it. What if Henry isn't our Edwin parallel? What if it's Cassie's dad? Ooh. I hadn't thought about Cassie's dad being the parallel for Edwin. But that does track. I mean, they both have a kid. They both work for Fazbear. The latter parts of Edwin's life fall apart because, for all intents and purposes, it seems as though Cassie's dad dies before he gets as old as Edwin is. But they are both killed by the Mimic, essentially. That's actually, I hadn't thought about that. Huh. You gave me some food to think on there, Obnoxious. Good job. Exactly, Crashmaster. FNAF World is canon because Scott only said he regretted making it canon. He didn't say it wasn't canon. What if the When I First Found You in the Security Breach show was William without the accent? I do think that the original trailer of the When I First Found You, You Were Nothing is Glitchtrap talking to Vanessa. I think that's pretty solid. And I think both of you is talking to Vanessa and Gregory as Vanny and GGY. Because I think, hot take, I think the original plan for Security Breach was going to be, we were going to know more about GGY, and it was going to be Vanessa and Gregory fighting back against themselves and Glitchtrap / Burntrap. But I think they realized in development that that's a big ask and a big, like, it's hard to convey that in one game with no previous knowledge, especially if someone didn't read the books. That's my thinking. And that's, like, entirely speculation, but that feels like that makes the most sense to me on how that worked. Where, like, if they waited, and obviously they couldn't, but if they somehow waited until after all the books came out, maybe they could have tried to do that plot, but without the books as, like, a backup knowledge, doing that plot would have been a huge ask to players who just don't know that much about the franchise. Especially if it wasn't for Gregory. I think if we were just playing as Vanessa fighting against Vanny in, like, a Fight Club situation, that could have worked, but the fact that Gregory's there would have been really confusing to new players. Wolf55 with the incredibly kind $5 super chat. Thank you so much. I'll let Foxy handle that one. Although every time I tell Foxy to handle it, he doesn't, so we'll see. Who's that fire? Huge. Where's this water coming from here? Is the source block on the iron? I'm gonna lose it. Foxy. Alright, well, I guess I'll start talking so he talks over me, as he usually wants to do. What's your opinion on Roxanne, Wolf, and Cassie in general? Do you think their stories will continue? I do. I don't think their story is over. I honestly, my call and my shot like Babe Ruth, I think Cassie is going to be the next Vanny now that Vanessa and Gregory are seemingly free. And here's my even hotter take. I think her villain name is going to be CSS, which is a coding language. I'm pretty sure. And I don't think that was Roxy. I don't think that was Roxy. I think that was the Mimic talking to Cassie pretending to be Roxy. Oh boy, am I ready for this? I guess I'm going in. I have a lot of coal I don't want to lose. I have to be careful about this. Actually place a torch so I don't get lost. And I hopefully remember that this is where I'm supposed to come back to. These are some hot takes. Look, I didn't say it was guaranteed, just said it was a hot take. I have a wild take. Golden Freddy was the suit used for the DCI. Spring Bonnie is all alone in the FNAF 1 safe room, meaning Will didn't have access to him, which leaves Golden Freddy. That's possible. It would just be a question of, like, why. So I assume you're saying that in this canon, Follow Me happens before FNAF 2, and William is trapped in Spring Bonnie, and then what, Michael does the DCI in the Golden Freddy suit? Or you're saying that William does it in the Golden Freddy suit because he couldn't find Spring Bonnie? I don't know. I would need more elaboration on that. That seems a little out of left field. I mean, Gabrielle, if getting a PSVR 2 is going to take a while, you can always wait to see if they do a flat mode, because they tend to do those. Or, I mean, it's a great game. It's one of those things that, like, it's not necessarily scary, but it's incredibly fun. So watching a Let's Play of it will kind of, like, it won't be the same as watching, like, a Freddy's Let's Play. Because I did notice people were saying that, like, Help Wanted 2 isn't as fun to watch people play. And I think a big part of that is it's just not as scary. But it's more just, it's just a fun game. You know what I mean? So I don't know if watching a Let's Play will kind of be satisfying. That's my take. I don't know. Okay, well, we're going back to our tombstone. Negative 555, negative 554. All right, let's go. At least they have the we've got a mod where all of your stuff gets put into a grave. Anyway, chat. Yeah, big F there. It's fun for theorists like you to play. I mean, the theories that came out of that game are really good. I'm not going to deny that. I just think it was definitely more of a game that was just fun rather than, like, scary or incredibly compelling. Okay, so I need to go this way, actually. Going in the wrong direction here. I should have grabbed, like, torches or something. I can't see shit down here. That was dumb for me to just run in without grabbing anything first. It's literally pitch black. Okay, hold on. Let's just disable shaders so I can see a little bit. Huge. Love watching people play Help Wanted 2, not a fan of horror. Fair enough, fair enough. William is forced to use the Golden Freddy suit in lieu of Spring Bonnie, which might imply FNAF 1 Pizzeria and OG Freddy's in the same building. I could see that. I think the FNAF 1 Pizzeria being where the original Freddy's was does make sense. So wait, this is the direction I need to head. Okay. This way. Huge. I think. Chat, I'm so lost. Should have brought a pickaxe and a torch. That was kind of dumb of me to just go. I was in the heat of the moment, you know what I mean? I'll just run around. I'll find it eventually. It doesn't despawn. I think FNAF 3 taking place in 2015 instead of 2023. The closing of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza talks about in descriptions originally 30 years after 2015. I think that's possible. I don't see a reason why it wouldn't be. If they're talking about the closing of the original Freddy's. No, you're fine, Susanna. No worries. This way, I think, actually. Yeah, this way. But cannot stomach jump scares. Well, then, if you can't stomach jump scares, keep in mind all the deaths in Help Wanted 2 end in jump scares, but it's relatively jump scare free besides that. It is one of the least scary, TBH. There are some scary sections, but you can just not play those sections. The other option is I just grab a pickaxe and dig in the direction. Yeah, maybe I just do that instead of trying to weave my way through these never-ending tunnels. Not right now, I'm grieving. How am I actually supposed to get up here right now? How did I get up here last time? Oh, I see the path. Ow. Let's go get a pickaxe and just dig straight there. Where are you at in One Piece? We just finished Whole Cake Island, so we're about to start the Reverie, which is like 10 episodes, and then we're on to Wano, and I'm so excited because everything I've heard about Wano is peak. Mattbot jump scare, white woman jump scare. I mean, yeah, the perfect example of like some of the jump scares not being especially scary. Don't feel like wasting any iron on a pick right now, so I'm just gonna we'll stone it. We'll just head, I think, this way. This fucking dude. You're not the main character, my guy. Fuck off. I'll come back with a weapon and you'll see. Oh, there's another one, of course. Why wouldn't there be? Okay. Off we go. I do remember you from Twitch, Seeking. What kind of Minecraft player are you at the moment? Looks like you're a resource collector. I like to do one big project. I'm a resource collector for that end, but I am I'm gonna be real, when I'm not streaming, my preferred way to play Minecraft is just put on a video and just strip mine. It's very relaxing. But I'm not great at making things look pretty without guides, so I'm not really like a builder. I just like going for a big project, like building a giant map or something like that. Oh, Wild V. Well, I'm glad you caught one. No sense to not get the coal while we're here. I mean, come on now. We're not animals. Coal is coal. Freddy's Pizza was probably bad. I mean, yeah, realistically. I like, I guess it's a hot take. I like Hawaiian pizza a lot, actually. I think ham and pineapple go really well together, especially on a pizza. Like, I don't get the whole, it's got to be a meme. People don't actually like, it's fine to not like it, but to act like it's a crazy thing when literally ham is served with a pineapple slice traditionally is wild to me. Pepper and pineapple? Yeah, that'd probably be pretty good. I usually do pepper and onion. Oh, there was iron there? Hello? Where? Huh. Huge. If I remember correctly, it was like 555, 555, right? $551, $554. Okay. I have not made any of the FNAF cookbook recipes yet. Speculation that Mike inherited some traits from his mother is noted by their shared great text watching TV. Possibly distanced himself from the dad. Yeah, I think that's fair. I think a good explanation for the woman at the head of the table in the silo is whoever built it just preferred Mrs. Afton to William Afton. This way. Chat, we're getting there. My tombstone! So there's literally just a lava pit right here. It's one block of lava, you're kidding me. Oh! Ah! Not again! You're fucking joking me. Huge! We got our ship back, chat. Now that I'm holding torches again, I can put my shaders back on. Yeah, we got 5 minutes left, so let me turn off. Now that we got our ship back, 5 minutes left. Let me shut off Minecraft and I'll focus up. This is huge. Huge day. Look at that. Look at that. Almost 2 stacks of coal and almost a full stack of iron. Let's go. All right, I'll meet y'all back in the bakery. The green screen didn't work yet. Hold on. Okay, huge. All right. Rapid fire me. I got like 5 more minutes. Oh, my back. Hey, just BKZ with a 16-month membership. Your toast is getting toasted. Thank you so much. It's very kind. Random thought: the helper bot family could also reference the American Ideal: one mother, one father, 2.5 children. I mean, fair. Also, 2.5 children is wild, to put it that way. That's wild. No hit rise suit skin yet. Oh shit! I forgot to add that. Thank you for reminding me. Thoughts on the idea Henry was framed and went to jail? I think that's. I don't know if it's like. It's definitely not. I don't know if I would say it's likely, but it's what I believe in. I think it makes a lot of sense. Get out of the oven, it's hot in there. No, I like it. What do you think of the state of Project Playtime as they stopped updating it? I think they're going to continue updating it. No way they just drop it. I just really want them to add the... if they can fix matchmaking, I'd play that so much more. I think it's an incredibly fun game. It's just really hard to get to play. pulling up the video on the other side. Should Catnap be in Project? Probably. Catnap and Mrs. Delight feel like the two that would make the most sense for Project Playtime of that chapter. One thing I noticed a while ago is that Mapbot is the only staff bot with glasses. I don't know if it's important, but it's a cool detail. It could also just be like he's the one that reads, you know? Have I played Home Safety Hotline? Yes, the VOD is on this channel. I don't know how Project Playtime could add the smiling critters as like a crowd, because it's one person controlling it, you know? Unless it's just a pile of smiling critters that they control, which could be funny. Well, Indy, I have a suspicion that Mrs. Afton's name could be Laura, because Ballora is a portmanteau of ballerina and Laura, and William did make her in tribute of his wife. Okay, so two things. One, we don't know for sure. It's possible. And two, true, but Ballora is also a portmanteau of ballerina and allure, so could go either way. David Barron with the incredibly kind 10 Canadian. In case the TTS doesn't pick it up before the end of stream, I'm just going to read it. Have we considered that Freddie Bear bit the guard in the bite of 87, where William Afton killed the kids and the evil scary robots went grr and yelled at the night guard and he pissed himself? David, why the fuck didn't you say that before I made a whole ass video this week? You just disproved my entire fucking theory, David. Fuck. I completely missed that. Why didn't you DM me when you thought of that? Shit. Alright, well, we're going to have to redirect now. So we're going to end stream. And it's going to go to the video that's already fucking... You already disproved the whole thing with that theory. Thanks a lot. So I guess go watch a disproven theory, since David Barron came in with the big brain at the last answer. Thanks all so much for hanging out. It was very, very fun. And I'll see y'all Monday, I guess. For something. Probably Code of the Lamb. Probably, maybe Minecraft. Who knows? This should take you to the thing.